No, you're.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? I will apologize right now because I am playing with all of the computer stuff here a second. So give me just a
Hey,
moment.
Ron.
Yay.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, here I am. I'm back. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I know we are at a different time and we're on a different night. And so I'm very happy that we see already that we have some people coming in. So tonight we have with us Denise from Spirit Dragon Tarot, Cosmic. Say your new name.
Spirit Dragon Cosmic Alchemy.
She has a name change. So
Rebrand.
She's bringing in more astrology. And we have Ron with us and Sari, and of course, Ruby Morgan, and our own Morgan from Tourmaline Tarot. Hi, I'm Dawn, Astrology and Tarot Alchemy. We love having you here. Next week, this very same place and time, we are going to be having our Libra new moon intention setting. And so you'll want nice paper to write on and setting intentions, especially regarding relationships, because we are about to go find our tribe. That's a lot of what this energy is. We're finding our tribes. We're finding those special relationships. We're ending some of the older stuff. But so we have like the next 8 months is going to be a huge amount of change. And we're looking forward to getting really to have more and more people come and be a part of this community. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to turn this over to Sari. He is going to be doing a clearing for us. Sari, would you like a picture to come up for you?
Sure.
Okay, let me do that. And I will make it the whole
photo. Do you want to describe where this is? Because this is where you've been, not me. Because I've been.
Sorry. Yes. So this is near Florence, in Oregon. And I was there with my son and we were running around. It was a misty gray day. And this is the Heceta, Heceta. And I said, oh, it's Hecate. And he's like, no, Mom, it's Heceta. So this is the Heceta light that is on the coast. And there's very interesting stories about, people that live there and everything. So it's really a beautiful, and this is the picture I took. We went hiking up above it and took shots of it. So, and when we come back, I'll ask Sari briefly about her trip to Egypt, but go ahead, Sari, and we'll do our clearing.
Okay. I'm actually, Dawn, I'm going to do the message from the Akash because it's so appropriate based on this picture. And everyone, we do a clearing when we're together just to get our energies grounded, to get us in a place of beautiful, peaceful energy, and just to welcome in whatever comes to us in the session. So I am a reader of the Akash, and this is a message that I channeled just a little while ago. And sometimes I will do it live. Sometimes I will write it down. But tonight, I'm just sharing this because this beautiful lighthouse is the analogy of what they used with me this afternoon. They said, and they are a group of souls who are guardians of the akashic records, which are the blueprints of the soul's journey through many lifetimes. So I do collective readings, but I do mostly private readings for people to understand why did they choose to come here at this time and what soul lessons have they been learning through many lifetimes. So this is a message from the wisdom keepers of the Akash. And we're going to allow this to clear us and to ground us tonight. Greetings to all of you. It has been some time that we have given a collective message, and much is changing rapidly on this planet Earth. We speak words today of comfort and peace, as many souls are troubled and confused by the external world around them, and fear is amongst many, driving an energy that must be redirected and transmuted by each of you. We say that we are one. There is no separation between any of you. There is no separation between you and God or source or the divine, however you call it. For you listening to this message, you are the light workers showing the way through your energy, through your vibration, through your heart. Allow your light to shine like the lighthouse and do not fear. Allow the beautiful Christ consciousness energy to fill your heart and imagine that it shines the light for others who may be lost in fear. There is no separation. There is no fear. There is only love here. Love begets love. Love conquers all things. We have shown your reader the ancient key of life, the Ankh, from the ancient days of Egypt. Each of you have this key of life within you, waiting to unlock your soul's highest potential for the greatest good of all. We would like you to envision this key within you, and that you must be open to this key, and you must follow the path the key takes you, whatever doors open, though the path right now might be unknown. Pray for peace. Pray for harmony. Pray for oneness. And watch the symbolism of the key and follow that path wherever it leads your soul. This message is being channeled to you so that you will be activated to be the lighthouse. It is time. There is no wait. The time is now. Unity is our strength, and love is our superpower. This is all you need, dear ones, and those suffering in fear will be drawn to your light. Again, be the lighthouse. It is time, dear souls, to step up. We send you these words with great love, admiration, and infinite kindness. Be the lighthouse and let your light shine. All right, Dawn, we're clear.
That was beautiful, Cherie.
Can I ask you to hold up one of the things that you brought back with you, Suri?
Yeah. So if you haven't seen these, they're all over Egypt, but this is ancient Egypt, and this is the Ankh, and this is called the Key of Life. And I've been seeing keys for years, and I've been trying to go to Egypt for 3 years now, and I finally got there after my flight was canceled, going out again. And again, I was looking for a key and a portal, but the Ankh the symbolism is the key of life, and it's everywhere. I mean, it's in every hieroglyphic, it's in every tomb, it's in every pyramid. I mean, it's everywhere. And so what was funny was I get there and I was like, oh, okay, this is the key of life. So many of you may be finding your purpose, your tribe, you're allowing yourself to be open. So if you were seeing keys, it doesn't have to look like this. But if you're seeing keys or you're seeing signs or portals or doors that are opening, pay attention. They're telling us to pay attention because we are all being activated to follow our soul's journey, and we're all being asked to be the lighthouse. So if you are watching this, you are one of the ones who signed up for this, and you were being activated to serve a higher purpose of oneness, of spreading the love and the energy of the Christ consciousness. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. So my trip to Egypt, we've got some videos. You can watch them if you like, because I was the videographer, and they're only 2 or 3 minutes, but it was very, very special. I was also in Jordan, which is on right next to Israel, and it has Iraq at the northeast corner, Egypt to the south, Saudi Arabia to the right. I was trying to think I think it's Syria to the north. But anyway, it was very peaceful. I was at the Dead Sea. I got to float in the Dead Sea. Everything was wonderful. And again, It was just a message of great spiritual awakening for me personally. But the key is what was so powerful. And so if you are awakening and listening, watch the signs, watch it, because it's coming and it's now. And there's no yesterday, there's no tomorrow, it's now. And it's be in the present moment and just receive whatever messages you're supposed to receive, because that's what's happening right now. All right, Dawn. Now I'm embarrassed. So you.
Okay, well, I'll talk a little bit about the astrology because we just had some really beautiful things happening with Venus, where she was trine Pluto, and at the same time, actually talking to Uranus. So she had all of this brand new outer planet big energy that she was receiving in, and especially the trine with Pluto, Pluto being in Aquarius and her being in her home sign of Libra. So that is really very good energy. I think for the rest of this week and up through the weekend, we can really work with this energy as far as getting connected with other people and, that transformative receiving energy of balancing out the divine feminine, the divine masculine. And we do have Mercury in Scorpio, who's going to be conjuncting Mars next week. And Mercury's going to be very busy next week. Mercury in Scorpio can be deceptive sometimes, maybe. And when it goes into, it will be in with the square with Pluto, and will be in, that is always when stuff comes out, so that'll be like when news comes out, things that were hidden or secret, that can be something that comes out, especially you're talking Scorpio, and you're also talking Aquarius, which is, the air signs tend to be more about communication. So there's things that are going to come out. I think we were talking a little bit ahead of time about what this energy was all like, because the energy, it feels like time is speeding up. We have all of this happening around us. And really, I think the best advice we came up with, and I think that was something that Ron said, it was like, stay calm, drink wine, be patient. Because there's changes coming, and we have, I think the collective is going through a big, big time of change, and that is going to kind of wash over into our area of the woods, just like there's waves, but we're not in the center. Like when a big boat goes by, you're not in those big heavy waves, you're more further away. So you're getting more of just this as opposed to this. So I think the best thing to do is stay in that observer mode, especially with everything's going on. Turn off all that news that's going on. The only thing that you should be listening to is the weather. And we really are being led into finding our tribe. And that has been the message of a lot of people out there. Different astrologers I see out there are talking about that this is a time, the astrology is really leading us into finding the people that we communicate with, who get us, who we get. And because they're going to be coming in, we're making room for them in the relationships that aren't working. That whether it be family, whether it be friendships that there's no animosity, but we're just moving away from because we don't have anything much in common anymore, and we're on different paths. And I think that you'll find, especially people that watch this channel, they're really being called into being leaders and being what is that? When you said that, Suri, I wrote, be the change you want to see in the world. I can't remember who that quote is from. I bet Ron could probably tell me. But I think that is very true. We're being asked to be that beacon and the calm, because our vibrational level is more of that calm energy. And sometimes people are just going to be like, oh, okay, somebody that isn't freaking out. This is nice. This is a nice feeling that there's someone that's calm and isn't, I know the astrology is a mess, and I'm not afraid of it. I mean, that to me is such a gift that I'm not really that concerned. I have empathy for what's going on for people in the world, but the best thing I can do for them is to maintain love and patience and energy, so that we can keep our vibration for the collective higher. So I think that's what we're being asked to do. So with that, I think we have any other, we did announce that we're going to be doing the new moon in Libra next week. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. I just wanted to make people aware of that again. So please like and subscribe if you want to make sure that you see that next week with us. We always do the ceremonies with the moon, the new moon and the full moon. So we are now having new moons that will be at 28 degrees with all the signs going forward until we get to the eclipse in late January. I think it's late January in Aquarius. It'll be 28 degrees Aquarius new moon. Mid-February. It'll be mid-February. So with that energy, let's go ahead and get some advice through the weekend for the collective of what we can expect maybe. And also out there, I think it would be nice if you have a question or want a reading, please put a heart in and maybe ask a question of maybe if you'd like a card pulled or a rune pulled or Betsy to answer a question. Please put that so that we have a list of those questions coming up, and we can then go to people and pull cards and answer for different people out there. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Denise, and she can read a card for the collective.
Hello, everybody. So I'm pulling a card, or I pulled a card from the Seeds from the Sacred Feminine. And the card that came out, well, I was shuffling the deck, and this card, I didn't see it flip over, but it had to have because nothing was flipped over. It says, "Let your waters flow." And it's a very pretty card, and it's showing someone bowing down to a feminine, and it's the mother, actually. And I actually thought it said, originally, I thought it said, let your flowers flow. And then I looked at my shirt and I was like, okay, no, you have to read right. It's your eyes. But anyway, when I read this, you're gonna see that what I was hearing was also true. It's time to cry. All the grief and sorrow you have stored up wants to return to your sacred mother. You are not meant to hold on to things that cause you pain. You are meant to flow through you. They are meant to flow through you like water. As a baby, you had no blocks in your emotional body. You experienced an emotion and expressed it. It's time to return to that way of being. Let your mind cease its worry. Cry a deep, releasing cry. The salty waters will heal you, and Mother Earth will soothe you. So after I read that initially and thought that I saw the flowers, I was, thinking that it's the water that needs to be flowing that you need to release that's going to allow that growth, right? And that those healing waters will be the growth, and those are your flowers. So be open to that. I just heard they could be little flowers too. So, just because it's not a big, daisy or sunflower doesn't mean it's still not a flower, right? So with that, I go to Sari.
Okay. What a beautiful card, Denise. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And Ron, you're going to pull a rune for the collective after me. So if you'll get that ready to go. And I was not only in Jordan and Egypt, but I was also in London, and I had a chance to hit a bookstore. And so I started buying tarot and oracle decks. So this one comes from the All-Seeing Heart Oracle. I do have the Egyptian tarot, but it's all in Italian. So I'm a little challenged. So I'm not going to pull from that. But this card tonight it's called Doorway to Sacred Union. And it's kind of hard to see this, but it's a very intricate design of Shiva and Shakti. And this is the indestructible energy of Shiva and Shakti, divine masculine and feminine energies. And so for the weekend, I think what this message is, it's a heightened state of awareness, inspiration, and bliss that can be reached by working with this card's energy. So this weekend, it says this card speaks of polarity and calls for vision beyond the intertwining energies. And it represents balance between masculine and feminine energies. And actually, Dawn, you were talking about that earlier, that not only is, staying calm the order for the weekend, but also making sure that you're not too far into your masculine and feminine energies. And just as a reminder, the reminder is the energy is not gender specific. Each of us carry masculine and feminine energy. There you go. Denise, we love you, but this is, here you go. This is a bigger picture, and it's in the shape of a heart. So this represents balance of divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And so this card is around making sure that this weekend you are balancing the energies within yourself. And again, it's representative of Shiva and Shakti in the Indian Hindu culture. And it is around that acknowledgement and that balance between the two. So this weekend, pay attention. Are you balancing the two, or are you too far to one side or two to the other? And it's really about the integration of that. So it's a beautiful deck and a beautiful card. But again, it is, I've never seen this before, the All-Seeing Heart Oracle, if you're interested. All right. And I am going to pass it to Ron, who's going to give us a rune for the collective. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Cherie. I'm anxious to give you this rune reading, but before I do, I want to share with you that I've had the honor of doing spiritual counseling or coaching with a couple of you in the audience, and I was so impressed that they know more than I do. Okay, you're all spiritual warriors, and we live in very interesting times. So the message, again, with all this energy coming through, is you need to be aligned, okay, with your soul, and you need to be ready for what comes. And when it comes, accept it and smile no matter what, because you volunteered to come to this planet at this point in time. Somebody famous said, I hope you live in interesting times. I assure you these are interesting times. And so when I went to pull the rune, of course, I wanted to have a good one for the collective. And what came up was, of course, the unknown, the highest and most auspicious of the runes. So I'll read that to you. Blank is the end, blank is the beginning. This is the rune of total trust and should be taken as exciting evidence of your most immediate contact with your own true destiny, which time and again rises like the phoenix from the ashes of what we call fate. The appearance of this rune can portend a death, but that death is usually symbolic and may relate to any part of your life as you are living it now. In italics, it says, relinquishing control is the ultimate challenge for the spiritual warrior. Remember what I said, be aligned, be ready, and accept. Okay, so here the unknowable informs you that it is in the motion of your life. In that blankness is held undiluted potential. By the same time, both pregnant and empty, this rune comprehends the totality of being, all that is to be actualized. Drawing the blank rune may bring to the surface our deepest fears. Will I fail? Will I be abandoned? Will it all be taken away? And yet, our highest good and our truest possibilities and all our fertile dreams are held within that blankness. Willingness and permitting are what this rune requires. For how can you exercise control over what is not yet in form? The blank rune often calls for no less an act of courage than an empty-handed leap into the void. That's spiritual warriors, okay. Drawing it is the direct test of faith. The unknowable represents the path of karma, the sum total of your actions and their consequences, the lessons that are yours for this lifetime. And yet, this rune teaches that the very depths of old karma shift and evolve as you shift and evolve. Nothing is predestined. What beckons is the creative power of the unknown. Whenever you draw the blank rune, take heart. Know that the work of self-change is progressing in your life. Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. Okay. So I hope you all resonate with that, and be prepared and be ready. And you're warriors. You could do anything. And I'm passing this on to Dawn. And you're on mute.
I'm like writing down in the background and switching stuff in the front ground. And I've been making a bunch of mistakes, but I'm going to own them all. I'm owning all my mistakes this evening. So I want to thank Ron because he is such a symbol of, divine masculine being really well blended with divine feminine. And we have such joy having him as part of our group. So it's just lovely to get a lot of the wisdom that he has from all the years that he's been doing spiritual work. And we have someone that we can go to, with any questions. So just a thank you to Ron for being Ron, basically. So I love that he's talking about the unknown, because a lot of what people have been talking about lately is the unknown that's been going on way up in the heavens, things we haven't seen before. And the same is going to be happening when we start in February with the Neptune-Saturn conjunction at 0 degrees of Aries, a brand new beginning for us all. And what came out was, for me, music and harmony. And I got the image of the carry water, chop wood, have a good time, drink your beverage of choice, and just enjoy where you're at right now. Because with music, it creates a mood. It brings back memories. That's one thing that people always say is, a song can take you back to a place and time and bring back beautiful memories, or even memories that maybe weren't the best for you, but they can symbolize healing of something that you worked through. And I also personally think with people and music, the instruments that we have, including our voices and any musical instruments that we may play that bring us joy, I think those are very important out there. And we can choose the music that we play, and we can choose the people that we choose to play the music with. And I think sometimes you'll be at one place doing a certain type of song, and then maybe you'll go to a different orchestra and you'll be trying something new. I just think it's about finding joy in the moment and doing those things that really matter to you. So I think I don't feel the need to read from this, because it's just like, it goes like the first thing, music, what would it be like without it? And I cannot imagine my world without music in it, because it's such a big part of who I am and what I love to do. So I will go ahead and we will go to Betsy Morgan for a message.
I want to thank you very much, Dawn. That made a lot of sense to me. And Ron, I want to thank you I agree with Dawn. It's one guy balancing out all this feminine energy. So thank you. And everybody out there, we thank you all for joining us. It's a real honor for us to get to be with you, and that you tuned in is really a compliment. Thank you. As everybody was reading and sharing, I was picking up information intuitively. And as you know, when a person channels, normally, not always, but normally they'll close their eyes, and we are going vibrationally up, energetically up, to connect with higher wisdom. And everybody has angels. Whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter. You have angels, and you have spirit guides as well. So you can access them by just talking to them, saying, hey, I'm here, I want to connect. So when we come on to this show, I am open to receive the messages that come through vibrationally, that are felt or internally heard by spirit. And interestingly enough, and Dawn, I want to pick on you a little bit and see if you have any receptivity with the astrology. As we're talking, they kept saying new beginnings, new beginnings. And they said two things that I wanted to specifically highlight. On the 31st, between 1 and 5 in the Eastern time zone in the United States, and in Mountain, if anyone.
We lost you, Betsy.
We lost her for a moment, but
Hi, could you hear me?
yes, we can hear. There you are. You're back. You're back.
I don't know what happened. I'm not touching anything.
No, honestly, we've had people that have, I think there's a server that's having a problem on YouTube because people have gotten the message that there was a server issue. So I think it's a YouTube thing. But
It's not my strong energy.
you overpowered it. You were saying, I was writing it down.
Yeah.
So you said October 31st between.
They're saying there's going to be a shift in frequency patterns, a good shift. They're saying there's going to be a lot of energy on the 20th. I'm not sure what day that is, but the entire leverage of that time span, a beautiful, huge energy. If people feel emotional, that's letting go of anything negative. It can be from another incarnation. It can be unconscious. It can be conscious. Don't blame yourself. When you're feeling a release, be happy and grateful. Rest if you need to, cry if you need to, go for walks where you stomp your feet if you need to. Let yourself ground when that is released. Let yourself take a shower or bath, light a candle, be with a crystal, do what you like to do to feel good energetically and spiritually speaking. So a lot of energy on the 20th there, Dawn. And then on the 31st, at those times, they're saying there's going to be a shift in energy patterns. They're saying a light code opens. And so I'm asking, what does that actually mean? And Spirit is saying that at that time, for us, I'm asking for everyone, they're saying for a certain percentage of human beings that are vibrationally high enough to receive it, there's a strong shift in light codes or stronger energy. Symbols are coming in from higher realms, such, let me see here, Sirius, the vibration of the star system, and Alpha Centauri is coming in, codes that will open us up. So you might get emotional because sometimes bringing in love can open our hearts and we'll cry. It's just a release. So on those 2 days, if you're emotional, and they're saying that on Wednesday, the Wednesday following the 20th, something good is going to happen. And it feels like that it's something good personally for us. So look forward to that day. Now I'm asking for, should I channel? But I'm thinking I've taken up a lot of time. So Dawn, anything vibrationally going on with astrology on those days?
Yes. Looking actually on the 20th, Mercury is going to be conjunct Mars. And the interesting thing about that is that will be in Scorpio, where Mars is strong. And Scorpio is a fixed sign. And that actually is going to be square to Cheroklo, our healing, because that's one of the things I was like, so what are those connected with? And Cheroklo is that healing. She's Chiron's wife. She is a spiritual healer. She holding space for people to heal. And that would be pretty on mark for being, I think, almost exactly by degree a square, which is very active in healing energy. And that would be digging deep. That would be Mercury, how we've thought, and maybe we're going to give up some of the ways we've been thinking about things and look at things from a different point of view. We also have with that, I'm trying to think of, I know Aries, there's right now, there's going to be a grand square happening with this energy coming up around the 25th, 26th through the 29th, where all these trines are going on, but we also have squares going on. To me, that's opening up a lot more things. But with the trines that are going on, that'll be Mercury and Mars going in trines with Saturn and Neptune and Jupiter and Pluto, I see, as I'm looking at it. And on October 22nd, Neptune goes to 29 degrees and will be the last time it's in Pisces for 165 years. So, and it's at the anuretic degree the entire time it's there. So that happens on October 22nd. So, and that is the very last degree of the zodiac, 29 degrees Pisces, because the zodiac begins at 0 degrees Aries. So we are having grand endings and grand beginnings. The grand beginning will be the 20th of February when both Neptune and Saturn meet at 0 degrees of Aries, the very first degree of the zodiac. So brand new starts coming in. But we're being prepared for all of that right now, because if that's when the new beginning is starting, there's stuff that's being finished up here. And that's why we're going to see changes when I'm like, okay, hold on to your hats. Uranus is going back into Taurus and it's going to be coming back out not until next spring. So, and that's in April. So we have a lot that we're going to be getting through, but yes, there's new stuff that is going to be coming in. And I think we're on that leading edge of people getting those downloads and to be open to those things. That's where you really embrace the feminine energy, is allowing those things to come in. You know, be open, be at peace, be accepting. And I think that will make a big difference for people going forward. So we will go on to Willow for the collective message. I'll pull Willow forward here.
We have Morgan for her general first.
Oh,
Hi.
didn't I?
Hi. I'm here. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Okay, for the general message for the collective. There's so many beautiful messages that are coming out already, and they're all so intertwined. And so I'm just always in awe by this. But the card that came out, so I'm pulling from the spirit message. The spirit messages, this is by John Holland, this deck. And it says choices. And I thought that is pretty interesting because we're in this Libra season. And then Suri was talking about the keys and the doors. And on this card, if you can see it, there's a lot of doors that are opening. Okay. And then I see that Dawn was talking about being in the observer mode. And then Ron was talking about being aligned. So I just feel like it's all tied in with this card as well. And when I first looked at this card, I saw that they want you to think with your heart. So it's a lot of like taking a step back. And Betsy Morgan as well was talking about take some rest if you need to. Take a step back and self-care, because there's going to be like heart opening. They want you to think with your heart. This is what they said, to feel this. And they also said when one door closes, a brighter one is opening. And then they were talking about close your eyes and you're going to see light and feel warmth. And then when you're trying to make these choices, so really get into meditation, making these choices. It says when you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. This card will act as a mantra to help you focus and bring clarity to a potentially important choice that you may need to make. Let this card help you refocus your scattered thoughts and energies and bring you back to a place where to bring you back to the place where the sheer number of options don't seem so overwhelming. Choices need to be made, and the more time you take in making these vital decisions, the longer it will be before you can achieve your goals in the physical material world. All the choices you've already made in your life have brought you to this point. So the spirit world is helping you now to stop, analyze, and assess the various options before you and how each might affect the outcome. By making better, smarter, carefully considered decisions and choices, you'll no longer be a victim of circumstance, but have the power and ability to change your outcome. Acknowledge the signs and follow these intuitive nudges to help you make the right choice. Making the right decision today has more purpose and validity than the one made on the whim or in desperation. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it with that. I hope this helps. Thank you. And with that, who am I turning it to? Denise.
To me. And now Willow. Okay, so Willow, I am drawing for you. You asked, where should I direct my focus? And I'm using the Wandering Heart deck. And the card that came out was Balance, number 39. And I don't know if you can see the rock in the middle, but to me it looks like somebody with a big hat that's trying to balance themselves right there. So that's what I saw. So find the sweet spot between relying on others and carrying the world on your back. There certainly is a happy medium. You need to be able to discern what's too heavy for you to hold. Do not pretend you are okay when you feel overwhelmed. When you overwork yourself, you turn jittery, uneasy, and disordered. Avoid this energy at all costs. In no way is it conducive to your ascension. Be truthful with others when they seek it. If you've had enough, you've had enough. No condolences are necessary. So when I also saw this, it reminded me of Diane Keaton with her big hats, right? And I loved her, and I feel like she was my friend, and I'm missing her. But she was all about love. Like when Dawn was talking about the music and Morgan was talking about love, and it's just balance yourself and this self-care, right? I'm just hearing self-care. We have to take care of ourselves. So I hope that helps, Willow. And with that, I turn it over to Sari.
Okay. I am reading for Deborah, and Ron, you're going to read for just John. So if you will get ready. I think you heard that, right? Got it. Okay. So Deborah, you asked the question, what does Spirit want to tell you for the weekend? And I'm pulling from a new deck that I got in London. It's called the Oracle of the Veil, and it's a UK Oracle deck. It's very interesting. And it says finding gold within the shadow self. And the artist actually drew this and channeled these messages. Finding gold within the shadow self. And the affirmation of this card is, I am safe in the knowledge that I can bring light to my own shadow. So Deborah, this is a message, and I think this is actually kind of a great collective message. We all have a shadow within. Sometimes we don't always like, that we don't always understand. Maybe we have shame or guilt or something around. This card is encouraging us to find the light within, to find the gold, and to find that part of it which ripples out positively with self-knowledge. Bringing self-knowledge to one's shadow means that we can bring the light to it. It's all about the light within ourselves and within our own understanding. This card encourages you, Deborah, to move beyond the story that you may have always told yourself, to move beyond something that you find dark within and bring the light to it. The moon is always there, regardless of whether it's in the dark phase or its light phase. Sometimes it's just not visible during the dark phase. The full moon shines a brilliant light illuminated by the sun. Working with this card is about harnessing your emotional self. So this is all around mastery of the shadow side. And so there's something, Deborah, that you are working on or that you're healing. And it's saying it's okay to be in the darkness because that's where you find the strength and the light. So to become the lighthouse, oftentimes we have to embrace the darkness within ourselves, but also the darkness around us. So this is a card of strength and courage, and it encourages you just to be okay looking at the shadow side. I am safe in the knowledge that I can bring light to my own shadow. What a beautiful message. So Deborah, go there, but know that you are of the light and you will illuminate like the lighthouse. All right. And I'm going to move on to Ron.
Thank you, Cherie. And I'm reading for just John. Okay. Glad to do this, John. So I'm going to show something as soon as somebody flips the picture on the thing. The rune that I pulled for you, John, is flow. Okay. And if you could see it, there you go. That's it. But I did pull it upside down. So that's considered a reverse position. But I'll read a little bit about that and I'll explain. So flow, this particular rune, unseen powers are active here. Powers that nourish, shape, and connect. The attributes of this rune are water, fluidity, the ebb and flow of emotions, careers, and relationships. This rune encourages you to immerse yourself in the experience of living without having to evaluate and understand. For while the sun strives for differentiating, it says the moon draws us towards a union and merging. This rune often signals a time for cleansing, for reevaluating, reorganizing, and realigning. Since I said this came in a reverse position, it cautions you that counsels against overreach and excessive striving. Okay, so drawing this particular rune is kind of a warning not to try to move things and make things happen. Be patient. As a spiritual warrior, which I know you are, what's called for now is for you to go within and honor the receptive side of that spiritual warrior that you are. Don't feel like you have to get out there and move the earth or make things happen. Unfortunately, sometimes warriors have to take time and gather themselves. So that is the message for you from the runes. I hope it resonated with you, John, and it was a real pleasure to read for you. And I'm going to pass it on to Dawn.
I managed to put my picture up and unmute myself. So I call that, I'm taking that as a win. So I got so many downloads with this. I'm reading, by the way, the next person coming up for Betsy is Venus. So Venus, if you would put a question in the chat for Betsy. And yeah, Venus is laughing at me. But I'm going to read for Sheza. And this is really fascinating because it ties in with all the messages that we just had. And I'm going to read because the messages from this card is tying in everybody else's messages together. It is fire. It is passion. And for you, I feel that there's that it's your focus and keeping your focus. I feel this is especially for you, Sheza, is one of the most important things right now. You are important. You need to have what your focus is and to keep that focus moving forward. So let me go ahead and read what's on this card because you'll get plenty of messages from this too. Since the dawn of humankind, we've been fascinated by fire. As soon as early humans were able to make fire, it changed our lifestyle dramatically. Through its capacity to generate heat and light, fire made it possible to cook food, stay warm in cooler climates, and keep predators away at night. And of course, that huge furnace called the sun is the spark of life here on Earth, bringing not only the necessary warmth of this incredibly huge ball of fire, but also the life-giving rays of light emitted by that fire. In this card, a man is enacting an ancient ceremonial fire dance originating from Samoa. one time performed to ignite the passion of warriors before battle. Fire can inspire other passions as well. We speak of being on fire or catching fire, phrases signifying that we possess an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. No wonder that passion has come to be associated with fire. And the fact that this also mentions the sun is tying back to me Betsy's message about the light codes that are coming in. And I feel that those are very associated with the sun and probably very active sun activity. So if people do have emotional things coming through for them, allow that to come through. That is part of what should be happening for you. And Sheza, for you, I feel this fire is your focus, and allow that part of you to come forward and be very, very bright about what is important to you in your life. So with that, I will go ahead and pass this on to, let me put this up. I will pass this on to Betsy and put her up. There we go.
Thank you, Dawn. That was beautiful. I'm so glad that you said, let the emotions come. We want to process those, really get in touch with who we are, what our highest value is, what our thoughts about it are, so that we can align with those rather than the unconscious thoughts that may be coming up to leave. So don't run away from the pain. Let it move through you and breathe, 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 and release. Okay, Venus, let me read your question. What does my spirit guide, or all of them, want to say about my current and future path working with dementia clients? I only have one right now, but I want to help more. Great question. First of all, they want you to know that your name is no accident. They were talking to me about you before I got this opportunity to talk to you. It's an honor to talk to you, by the way. Thank you. You do have two guides that are goddesses. Doing a healing burp on dementia is interesting. Spirit will come to me, and maybe you're burping too, to move the, what we call negative energy, negative for a word, out. And then I get to burp, you may burp, so that we don't carry that negative energy with us or in our bodies. So this person looks absolutely lovely. I'm so sorry, of course, at the human level that they are perhaps suffering with this, or perhaps not so much anymore. So what does my spirit guide want to say about my current and future path with them? Beloved daughter of light, you have worked in the medical field before. You might call it medical or medicine or healing. You've had 3 very important incarnations where you were doing healing work at an energy level. You may have been drawn to current energy modalities, such as shaman work or Reiki, or all they're saying is DOM. I think that's acupuncture. So at this time, we want you to know that you energetically are affecting in a good way the people that you work with, but it is highly important, and you recognize that you are a sensitive, or that you are an empath, and that some of that energy may come through you and either tire you or confuse you. Make sure that you cleanse and ground before you work with this person or others, and that you definitely cleanse and ground afterwards. It's possible, if you do not, that you will get full of energy that pulls you down, makes you very unnecessarily emotional and tired. Encourage your person to drink water before and after any work that you might do with them. This water serves to help them to cleanse. You may encourage them to hold the glass of water, and this will be fun for them, and to put love into it so that they can recognize that they do have a wonderful capacity and gift that helps other people, that helps the world at large, and that helps themselves. that they can broadcast love. Even though much might have been taken from them, love will never be taken from them, and that they can help themselves in great amounts to this. And in this way, they are still serving the light, as are you. You're doing a great work, and we are very proud of you. We want you to take it slow with bringing in more clients so that you can balance, balance, balance. Do remember that whatever goes out comes back. So do this in moderation at first until you learn how to balance and feel comfortable, body, mind, and spirit, upon completion of your time frame with each individual. Slowly add individuals to your time frame, but keep your balance. This will take energy from you more than you perhaps want at first. But as you learn to balance your system with the divine I am and with theirs, then you will recognize how many you can take a day, which we see at the very most would be 3 clients a day, and definitely stop after that. And then only 3 to 5 days a week. You must have time to cleanse and balance your own energy and perhaps add more fun to your life as part of your regime. We thank you for doing this good work. These people are connected to us, beings of light in higher realms. We are working with them also, and we will work with you to help them, to assist you to be of great service. And so it is with our love to you. We say, Amen, Amen, Amen. All right. That was a joy to read for you. Thank you.
Okay, we are going on to Morgan. Let me put Morgan up. There we go. You're muted, Morgan.
Thank you. Wow, that was so lovely. Okay, so I pulled a card for Gypsy Vixen, and I pulled from the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. Okay, and so when I first looked at this card, I got really excited because I don't know if you're expecting some sort of news or something good is going to happen, or that we've been hearing about from Betsy Morgan, the light codes. So I really feel like you are just going to be like, something good is coming in for you. You're going to be really excited about it. All right. This says receiving from angels. It says shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. So I'm just going to read about this as well. They said to focus. It's going to affect your solar plex chakra. All right. So your self-esteem, your confidence, your willpower, you're going to get like a boost in this area. And okay, also the importance of receiving. So they're like, please receive this, like open yourself up to receive this energy or whatever is coming in that is going to make you really excited, and you're protected as well. So it says card meaning blessings from above are showering over your life. Angels are real and their presence is near. They are only a thought away. Messengers from the Creator. They come to you with immense blessings and love. All is well. Spread your wings and soar. The universe wants you to know angels are watching over you. They love you deeply and profoundly. Be still and open your heart to their wisdom and healing. They will come to you in a soft breeze, rainbows and feathers that seem to magically appear. These signs let you know that you are going in the right direction and that all is unfolding exactly as it should. The angelic energy within you is expanding. Know that you are an angelic healing force for others. So I hope that helps. Thank you for letting me read for you. And with that, I will pass it on to
Denise?
Denise, yes.
Nope.
On mute?
You're on mute again.
So close. So close.
So close.
What
So,
time did the show start? Yeah.
I'm like writing stuff down and switching things out and microphone thingies.
Multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking. at a different time in a different time frame than I'm used to. So we want to thank everybody for coming tonight. And I know that you were putting up with, there were problems with the YouTube stuff going on, and that they were having issues. But, we really see who comes and supports our channel, and we appreciate you so much. And we know that you thank you for sharing. Thank you for being such a strong support for us as we're starting to build this channel. And, we're really happy with how things are going, and we're going to be opening up to so many more new things. So continue to support us, please, and like and share and subscribe and comment. And we appreciate you so, so much. So with that, we will say good evening, and we will be back next week. We are going to be at this time doing the live new moon Libra intention setting ritual. So with that, thank you so much. And we will say good night, and we'll all wave to you. Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.